Hi, welcome everyone. This is the live stream for today. I'm going to let Archangel Raphael come through and speak through me. And as usual, he'll be talking to everyone listening and everyone who will be listening. And maybe do a clearing as well and talk about the week ahead as well. I'll let him come in. I would like you to know that there are many messages I have. However, most of them are meant for you to be with over the course of the week ahead. The reason I'm saying this is because sometimes there is a feeling that there is a necessity on the earth plane to take precautions, to care for yourselves, to look after yourselves in a certain way. And what I would like to tell you is that it is important to be in your own energy, to be in your own spirit, to feel what is right for you and what is not. I am not so concerned about what people are doing in their lives, but I am concerned that people are not always attuning to their own innermost feelings and instead going by what people are telling them. And this is my concern, to ensure that you are following your own energy, your spirit, attuning to what is right for you based on the circumstances. What I would like you to know is there is no such thing as simply being in your own energy, in your own light and spirit. There is a process involved. It is always about choosing it in the first place. And then you have to do things to really be in your own energy and spirit. This includes occasionally simply being on your own, feeling what is good for you and right for you. Sometimes it does involve being with others and really being with yourself at the same time. And in this way, you are able to get a sense of who you are in relation to others, which really does help you to realize more of yourself inside. Sometimes it does involve going to places where you are with people, going deeper and deeper within groups, seminars, events that help you access more of who you are. And occasionally it simply involves you doing things on the earth plane as you would like to do them, whatever this is, whether it is simply decorating your home the way you want it to be, or doing something you are passionate about. The reason I'm saying all these things is because what you are all doing is exactly the same at the moment. You are trying to be in your own energy, do what is right for you. And for some of you, it is simply about being in your day to day energies as you normally are, not really making alterations at all. Because I do see for some people, it is not really necessary to make any changes, to simply be in their own spirit, in their own energy. For others of you, it is good to be very careful because I see that you need to look after your life force, your energy, because there are other things you have been dealing with. So it is important for you to be extra careful, to look after yourselves a bit better. And then finally, there is a third group of people who I say that it is absolutely necessary to really take the highest level of care at the moment so that you can be safe and well. So there are three categories. That is what I see. And all of you listening fit into one of the three. What I would like each one of you to do is to examine who you are and where you are in your life. And based on that, put yourself in one category and then make decisions according to this. I also would like you to know that now is not really a time for moving forwards in major leaps and bounds for anybody. Even if your work is not affected by the current circumstances, it is not the right time for major expansion on any front of your life, whether it is your working life, your day to day life, in other ways. It is all about simply being in your own energy, doing what is right for you, and going about your business. I have some more messages to give. Some of them are really for you to be with over the week. It is important to look after yourselves at the moment, to make sure that none of you are doing more than you can. Sometimes I say to people, go forwards, full speed ahead, because there is nothing in the way. But at the moment, I say, look after yourself. Look after your own energies. Do not try to do too much, because this will take something from you. I see that all of you are still purging. It is not the same type of purging as before. It is not as extreme, as intense, but you do need to do more inner work in order to then have the outer results, to feel your life is going in the way you would like it to. I also would like you to know that there is no such thing as necessarily simply being in the spirit and then finding your life is a-okay. It is not about simply getting to a certain place in yourself and then everything working out. It is more about being in a certain place consistently, no matter what happens, because being in your spirit, being in your higher selves, embodied even in it, does not guarantee a life with no difficulties. Each of you who are listening, you have different karma, different things you have chosen to experience. For some of you, when you are fully in your spirit and embodied, it will mean that there will be a massive lightening of your load. It will mean that things come easily to you, and it will mean that a lot of what you have struggled with will no longer be there. But there will still be challenges, the sort of challenges that are connected to you doing your purpose, helping others, but also challenges perhaps you have had within yourself going on for a while. Perhaps it may be with being in your own power center, or perhaps being in a place where you are able to stand your ground and also be with people and help them do the same. What I see is there is no such thing as a life without challenge, but there is such a thing as a life without difficulty on a day to day level. So, what I see is all of you are aiming to get to a place where, on a day to day level, your life flows well, that there is nothing that is in the way of your life force flowing, going forwards, doing what you need to. But there will still be challenges based on what you have chosen to do, to accomplish, and to create here on earth. I would also like you to know that for a small number of you who will hear this, it is going to be a consistent life effort, life work on your part to really get to a place of embodying your spirit. So there will be challenges in this alone. And for others of you listening, there is less of this involved. You will have to put a lot of effort into it, but it will not be for the rest of your lives. After this, it will be more about becoming more and more of who you are, taking on challenges in order to become more and more complete in who you are energetically on the earth plane and in spirit, so that the fullness of who you are in spirit can be expressed on earth. So, what I'm trying to say is that there are different challenges people go through at different times of their lives, different stages. There is no such thing as simply getting to a place where there are not challenges. But there is such a thing as getting to a place where your life flows consistently well, where you are more or less embodied, and then it is simply a case of embodying more of your spiritual light on earth and becoming more energetically complete as a spirit on the earth plane. I have a few clearings I would like to do. For some of you, it will be past lives, and for others, it will be core life issues from this life. I would like to do these clearings, and then I will speak some more. May the light that is within you fully support this, and I ask the Lords of Karma to come in, to fully clear, in all directions of space and time, all the active past lives in all of you, and Metatron to come in and clear the issues from where they started, whichever life they first started in. And finally, I would like to invite in other higher beings to clear away active core life issues. I would like you to know that I am going to share some more information now. It is important for you to be in your spirit. In the week ahead, it is going to be a mixture of needing to be in your own energy and stay in your spirit, but also needing to be with people occasionally in order to reassure them, help them through things. What I see for all of you is that there is a need to really be with yourselves, but other people around you will have needs as well to attend to. So it is a case of keeping it all together, looking after yourselves well, so you can be with people as and when they need you. There is one more thing I would like to tell you, and that is there is no such thing as simply being able to support others without it requiring something from you, whether it is presence alone or something else, an energy that is coming through you for them. And what I would like you to know is that the way you know it is right to help someone is that there is a natural energy going between you, that you find it easy to be there for them or to be the one giving them something. If it does not feel good to you, then you are not the right person to help. I also would like you to know that because of this, it is important to be aware that when you are in need yourself, to be able to receive from the right people. But when you feel that someone is doing something because they believe they should, they are required to, then it is important to let go of that person in that moment and go elsewhere. What I see is that all of you are able to get a sense of what is right, who is right to receive from when, and who is right to give to. I am here to support you with this. The week ahead is also about having time to reflect on your goals, aspirations for the year ahead. So take some time to do this, to inwardly reflect on what you would like for the year ahead, to meditate, to even be in the energy where you are perhaps attuning to others and seeing what they are doing and getting a sense of what you would like that they have. And what I mean by this is that if you are tuning to something you see perhaps online that you find inspiring, then be with it and see if there is anything about what that person or group are doing that you would like to do yourself. It could be a musician, someone making music, and you may get a sense that it is something you want to do, that you want to create your own music and perform it, or it can be something else. I am encouraging all of you to be inspired by others, be with the energy of other people when they inspire you, and then get a sense of what you feel you would want that they are doing or are all about. It is good for you to know that sometimes in life, the people who inspire you the most are the ones you are the most similar to, because inwardly you are recognizing something that they are expressing that you are inside. For some of you, I say, look inside and only look inside. Do not look outside. Be in your own energy, and you will know what you would want to do in this life. And for others, I say, do a bit of both. Because for some of you who are hearing this, what you are all about is already being expressed by some people, and you will really be inspired by them, particularly those of you who are interested in the creative arts, in music, in creating on the earth plane. There are many people doing this who you can be inspired by and then do it in your own way. That is all. I have one more message, and that is, do not be afraid that in this life your aspirations will not be fulfilled, because this is a new era. It is the era of aspirations happening, being fulfilled, dreams you have had, perhaps for many lifetimes, finally coming true. Every single soul who is currently incarnate will have their innermost desires fulfilled, because it is this time in life where it must happen. All your dreams that you have buried within for a long time, in the case of some of you, will be achieved. But I am not saying it will not be without effort on your part, because there may be layers and layers to clear before you get there. For some of you hearing this, the journey is not so long, but for others it is much longer. But however long or short your journey is, do not feel disheartened, because the journey itself will be fulfilling. The journey itself will have many blessings, and blessings that you are able to share with others. I have no more to share, but I would like to leave you with this one last thought, that if you are in a life where you feel that something is not easily there for you, remember that it is always going to be, because there are many lifetimes like this. Because what I see is that when something comes from this life, once you notice it, It can change quite fast. It really can be deleted, the problem, and be transformed. And the reason I know this is because one lifetime, energetically, does not have enough momentum to keep something going for a long time. It really does not, because you have had so many lives, which is why sometimes you are coming across people who have had dreadful lives, but they are flourishing because the dreadfulness of this life is compensated by all the goodness of other lives. So they are easily able to access certain energies within their soul matrix and create things that are right for them, and then deal with the trauma of this life later on, perhaps. But for others, it really is an ongoing process to feel a certain way, to feel well, to feel seen, heard, feel that they have what they need. And this is an indication there are many lives there. So, wherever you are on this scale of needing to work with other lives, it does not really matter. But what matters is that you are going to the right places. And instead of believing that there is no hope for you, that no matter what you do, nothing changes, remember you are simply dealing with a lot of lives at once, so it is a heavy weight. That is all. I will leave you with this.